So, as you may know, I get stalked by Paradoxum Games quite a fair bit, but they have actually commented on my videos a couple of times. So as you can see here, Paradoxum Games commented on my video about the trailer, saying that this trailer has already been running on Roblox's behalf for over a month. We went around posting on our channel, considering that we haven't made a normal TDS trailer in a while that can be used on the homepage whenever we aren't running any events or big updates. I kind of did suspect that, but at the moment, because there is an event, they're not running it. However, this is not the only time that Paradoxum Games has actually commented. In fact, YouTube has a feature where you can actually click on their profile and you can see what comments that they've left on your channel. And as you can see, the channel, Paradoxum Games, verified by the way, so this is not a fake Paradoxum Games, has commented 7 times on my channel, and 4 of them I've actually read and hearted, because if Paradoxum Games does actually comment, then I would actually heart it. Now, unfortunately, I can't actually see the comments, but I can actually see that if I go into the YouTube studio and type in their name, I can actually see which videos they've commented on. Actually, no, what we have to do is, I think, go to subscriber count and go for over 200,000, because I think they have over 200,000 subscribers. Although, because I have over 100,000 subscribers, I can't actually exclude myself from this, which is going to be very annoying. So I do have a very primitive way of finding out Paradoxum Games' comments on my channel. But for the video where I said TDS removes codes after I make a video, Paradoxum Games themselves would comment, why would the developers do this? Yes, why would the developers remove a code after I make a video on it? This is the reason why I say that Paradoxum Games stalks my channel. They look at my videos, sees if it's worthy of them or not, take action, and then take action when necessary. So aka, when I made a video on old codes that had recently been activated again, the 1.7 million code for the vendor farm and the enter code here for the coin crate, the developers then, after I made my video on it, the developers then took them off sale, and then I made a response, I wouldn't really say a response video, but more like a video saying that the developers stalk my channel, and the developers would comment, why would the developers do this? Yes. The next comment was made on my Dark Map Secrets and Easter Egg videos, where I commented several theories, including an incorrect calendar at one point, because it started the 1st of April on a Wednesday. Now, this is actually the 2026 calendar. Some people have said that this calendar could start from Sunday to Saturday calendar, which is actually somewhat common. I've actually seen that. But I dismissed this theory and didn't include it in this video because these days here, they are noted as red, which indicates weekend. So this would indicate Saturday and this would indicate Sunday. If it was the other way around, it will be red here and then a red here, indicating that this is a Sunday and this is a Saturday. No, it's not. The developers used the 2026 calendar, and I thought, okay, maybe the Duck Hunt event, or well, actually, this is the Ducky Revenge event, was set in the future, a year in the future. However, Paradoxum Games, they said, no, calendar theory, no, we just got the wrong calendar, it takes place in the present day, confirming that the developers did use the 2026 calendar by mistake. So it's not the game that's in the future. No, apparently it's the developers that are in the future for some reason. The next is a comment from Paradoxum Games saying, not as crazy as USA versus England World Cup, commenting on my video on the Great War, the TDS 1v1 PvP mode update where I battled Shane, an American. Now, I kind of guess who's running the Paradoxum Games account based on this tweet. Oh, sorry, not even this tweet, this comment. It's Profine, or Profine, or Profine, because he is the only person, I believe, Paradoxum Games HQ, who actually watches football, because I believe he was the instigator for the Messi skin, which I ought to make a video on, and saying USA versus England World Cup refers to the 2022 match of USA versus England, where we bored a 0-0 draw. Whoever allows Greg Barhalter and Gareth Southgate, the managers for their respective countries, should be tried for war crimes. That is an illegal match. I show speed. A person with ADHD slept during the match. That's how boring that match was. The next is a comment that the developers didn't actually make themselves. They made it as a reply to someone else. So this person here said for the Cure title that all you had to do was rizz up the medic, because obviously medic, Cure, yeah, no. And then Paradoxum Games, inexplicably, of all videos, replies to this comment saying question mark, question mark, question mark. Why would the developers respond to a comment like this? One that I would consider a troll and one that I would never respond to. But Paradoxum Games goes like, Huh? What is this guy trying to instigate? Oh, okay, I found another Paradoxum Games comment on the video on when I talked about the DJ Booth figurine update being a mess. So they said here that we've clarified this was a web mistake from our partners and fully refunding people approximately 18 hours before this video was published. Unfortunately, I have a pinned comment for this. I published this video and then I was at work. Now, it may surprise you to know that I actually do have a job. Well, it's a job getting a university degree, still a job nevertheless, so I can't always be online, and this just so happened to be a day to coincide with the fact that I was majorly busy. And yes, this video was made about a day in advance, and a day in advance of Paradoxum Games. Actually, no, it was made a week in advance, and it was uploaded at least a day in advance. So no, I couldn't do anything. I'm very sorry. Now, away from Paradoxum Games, Cassidus has commented on my videos. Yes, this Cassidus, the Cassidus where the Cassidus cowboy is named after. In fact, apparently he has commented on this channel 3 times. So it's not just this video where apparently he's commented, and given the fact that this is a part 2 video, I'd assume that he commented on the part 1 video. How many subscribers does Cassidus have? Oh, 49.8. I thought he had a lot more. He did win a Bloxy though. To be fair to him, I know him for that. Meanwhile, as for subscriber counts over 10 million, they've not commented on my channel. However, surprisingly, GDI Lives, known as John Roblox, as I know them, has commented on one of my videos, only one, I think. The medic is absolutely trash, Tower Defense Simulator, 3 years ago. And apparently there's another million subscriber comment. This from this person 2 years ago for a video, I think, on when there was drama about the new map for the Duck Hunt event, where it was a circle, and the concept of a circle confused the hell out of someone. And there was like a whole Twitter rant and everything. Anyways, this person commented something in Spanish. I'm going to translate it to English. The slasher. Okay. To be fair, I don't know if they had 1 million subscribers by the time that I made this video. Probably not. But hey, at least I have 2 million subscriber comments. Well, no, 1 million subscriber comments. And then of the final comment that I can find, so I believe I have 5 comments from Paradoxum Games which I could find. I couldn't find the other 2. I don't know if they're not as popular, I don't know. But Paradoxum Games commented here, TikTok is back, so it looks like I have to start making TDS TikToks again. And I believe Profine or Jazir were the person who made TikToks. So I made a video talking about how America might actually ban TikTok, and they briefly did for like a day or something before reinstating it. So Paradoxum Games, because they're American, would have had their TikTok account banned. However, this is beside the point, because the last TikTok that Paradoxum Games ever uploaded onto their TikTok was 2023, so 2 years before I made this video. Anyways, Paradoxum Games said that in all seriousness, the TikTok animations was a test for how fast animations could turn out and seeing how much quality would be retained and dropped. All of them only took 1 to 2 hours to create as a side task while making actual trailers. The character animation is using an earlier mocap system, etc. So it looks like the TikToks that the developers were making seemed like a training tool to make trailers for the game. So like the Brawler stuff and the Ace Pilot stuff. However, interestingly, they did talk about using the TDS TikTok for like informational stuff, like the TDS rejoin feature and memes. However, this never turned out to be the case, so it seems like the first 3 TikToks that the developers did do were roughly based on this, but then after that, it was based as a training tool for trailers. And so those are all of the comments I can find for Paradoxum Games. I'm sure the developers would comment on the other times that they've made comments on my channel, or they'll make a new comment saying that. But otherwise, I can't find them. But interestingly, they do actually stalk my channel though, and they do respond when necessary. So, hi guys, yeah, I made a video about you guys. Very cool. Can I get like some? Actually, I don't know why I want from you guys. I actually don't need anything from you guys actually. So thinking about it, so yeah, fair enough.